Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Winding Road Podcast. I don't know if you can hear that. It's going. It's all the snow that is on the hood of my car right now. We had another snow come on through. What about you? Are you warm? Are you fuzzy? Are you cold? Are you icy? Probably should have got this shit off of my hood before I left, but didn't really have the time, take the time. You always have the time if you just make the time to take the time. But I just got it off my windows, got it off my back window, even though I can barely still see out of there. But, I don't know. It's is that being lazy? Other people see me going down the road. Is that being lazy? And then you get these. It's not ice though. It's just snow. I've been a little more cautious about the ice just because I heard that somebody got their window busted from where ice was flying off somebody's car. To be honest with you, I've always seen that, and I was just kind of like, oh, wee, when it flies off somebody's car and it looks kind of cool and funny. I didn't ever think it was dangerous. Man, I'm just an idiot, I guess. Certainly am in certain ways. And a genius in others. Yeah, how you doing? But yeah, I didn't know that the ice could go off people's cars and hurt people. So yeah, I'm probably going to be a little bit more aware of that if it's actual ice that's on my car next time. Because yeah, I don't know. Is it laziness or is it just kind of what does it really matter? Well, I guess it does matter in this case if the ice is going off and hitting people's cars. But it's just I don't know. I'm not going to take the time to fix shit that's, it'll melt. If it's snow, like I said, ice is one thing. Now I realize that it could be bad. And there are reasons we have to do shit to get shit done so that everything's good and in place. But I find a lot of the time just oh, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? I was like, time will take care of it. It's fine. Ain't no big deal. I guess you got to kind of be careful what you pick and choose that aren't big deals or not. But in this case, it's just snow on the hood. Okay, well, it might ruin my paint. Yada yada yada. Yeah, but I'm just like, you know what? I got to go. I'm not going to take the time to do that. And if other people want to look at me and thinking I'm lazy for not getting it off my car, so be it. But it's also to be said, I do want to be top notch, look top notch. Dress for success. You can dress your car for success as well, I guess, by keeping it clean, keeping it nice. There's definitely something to be said about all that. It's a fine balance in things, for sure, but not just going to get bogged down in details, just in details of things that, don't matter that much. I'm just going to keep moving, keep doing the best I can. You got to pick and choose what you're going to spend your time on. I know this probably sounds stupid and silly, but whatever. You take of it what you want. We're out here on the winding road today. Man, oh man, I tell you what. You getting shit done. Zoning in now. March 11th is my official release date of my novella. That is a novel that's not quite a novel if you're a first-time listener. And that is in between a short story and a novel. This is a novella. My novella, Distant Times, official release date, March 11th. Now, I'm doing everything I can, but I'm treating this just as if it's a regular full-length novel, which my novel, The Bottom Drops Out, will be released, launched, shooting for next year on that, because if I do everything right this year, and I'm not going to do everything right, obviously, it's a bad way to say it, but if basically I'm just trying to do everything with this novella that I would do for my novel and then learn from the mistakes that I make, but hopefully I don't make a shit ton of them so that my novella will be successful. So we build up my author platform in the process of getting that novel out there. That's the one thing I feel like I've been waiting my whole life to try to get done, is that to get it out there to the world, is that novel. And I just feel like everything rides on that. Now maybe I shouldn't put so much stock into it, but and I feel like the longer I wait to put it out there, the more and more stock and weight it has. But I mean, I know I'm going to be successful either way. I mean, it's in me. I know what's in me. In the last podcast, we talked about that invisible pole, the dark that tries to stop you from getting out there and, getting shit done. The inner bitch voice in us, been overcoming that a lot lately, so I'm pretty happy about that, man. It's like, once you get that ball rolling, it rolls, baby. It rolls, and then you just keep rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. And that pull's still going to be there in other ways, and it can come back in the same way of procrastination, and not feeling like you want to do anything, but it can sneak in on you too if you're not careful. Whenever you're just rolling, it can sneak in by distractions that come along when you are in the zone, when you're focused, and then it's not the invisible pole to not do anything, it's the invisible pole to distract you to do other things that you don't need to be doing and don't need to be focused on. You have to learn to say no to people. You have to. Your time is so valuable. You have to learn to say no. And I've done a decent job of that as of late, because I really like doing things. I really like saying yes and getting involved in different things, and a lot of things I love. And that's the temptation too, is like something else that you love, but is it the right time to go do that? And I know, like, I'm getting an invitation right now to go back into broadcasting, and again, similar opportunity last year, but never really materialized. And this year I'm even busier, so I was like, man, I told him, like, you're gonna have to formulate a plan. Like, if you got a concrete plan, like, let me know. And then maybe I'm not saying no, but I'm saying you're gonna have to throw some bait out at me, and then I'm still might say no to it because I just don't have the time. It's like, it's finding that balance, man, because I like, yes, pull back into something good that I missed, that I love, but it's now the right time to do that. So you have to kind of measure that up and weigh those things out as you're making decisions. But yeah, man, we're getting there. Like, I think big keys to having a successful book, based on the research that I've done. Obviously go through edit it. You can edit it with AI now for a lot cheaper. And if you want to hire a professional editor, like, I'm still going to hire professional editors and things like that, but not everybody has the capabilities and the means to do that. I'm utilizing a little bit of the Chat GPT to help me edit, but I'm still going to go through probably most and hire developmental, copy, proofreader, beta readers, all that. I mean, it's just old school, like, go through all the nines. I'm not just going to make something and throw it out here. But as far as marketing it goes, in which I've done a very poor job up to this point but I'm working and getting better at. I just put out my first newsletter today. If you want to sign up for that, just go to GaryMartinMedia.com. Sign up for my newsletter. It's at the bottom of most of the pages. Just put your email in there and you'll be signed right up for it. But that is huge. That is huge. Building old-fashioned email marketing. A lot of steps to that. You can't just, gather a list and just mass produce an email, because it's going to get caught in people's spam folders. Like, you got to sign up for it the right way using programs. Like, I use MailerLite. There's several of them out there you can use to do that, to start creating that. And then I'm making a book trailer. Not everybody makes book trailers, but I'm making a book trailer. But one of the most key things that I'm happy it's going well so far in the early release. So it's officially, you can technically buy it right now, yes. But I'm going to start the ads and have my launch party on March 11th. So I want to get as many verified reviews for my novella out before that date as I can. That is extremely important for a book success, and that is what I am working on right now. So I know this book's only 109 pages, so I have to make this succeed in getting a bunch of reviews for it before the launch date, because then once you start making ads for it, then people click on those ads. I'm going to put some on Amazon. I'm going to make some on social media. It's a whole nother deal, but making ads, putting those out there. and then people might click on it, and if they go to the book and it's got a lot of reviews, their chances of them, and the good reviews, that helps too, that ups the chance of them buying it way more than if you make an ad and clicks on it and there's no reviews on it, man. You have to get those verified. You don't have to, but it's very important to get those verified reviews. So that's what I'm working on. But my key, what I was saying about it being 109 pages is, it's only 109 pages. So I have to succeed at doing this with the reviews, because my novel, The Bottom Drops Out, is a whole lot longer, almost 400 pages. So I have to make this successful to have a chance to make that successful. And you have to get the support of the people that are around you. You cannot be afraid to share your works with those around you. And to me, that has been the most frightening thing, and the hurdle and the thing that I've had to overcome. That was one of the things I feared doing, and I really don't fear a whole lot. I try not to, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty damn good job of that these days, of not fearing a motherfucking thing. Yeah, let's go. But I'm just not going to do it, man. And I said, no, you got to get over that fear of putting your work out to those around you, thinking, oh, then they're going to think you're stupid or think it's not very good. It is good. It is good. I made it good. It is good. So I'm going to put it out to those around me. And you know, if you've got a decent amount of Facebook friends, hopefully, you know, they're going to support you. Like, I feel like I'm just going to put it out there. Nobody's, you know, it's the fear of rejection, I guess. Woo! We just hit another one. That's the key. You know, I had the fear of failure, got through that hurdle, getting through that hurdle. The fear of rejection, and especially being rejected by people that are close around you, like, that's a tough one. But I hope, at least in my case, and I hope for yours as well, if you're out one, it doesn't matter, you're writing a book, whatever it is you're doing, though. If you need help with it, you gotta ask for the people around you to help you with something. If it's important to you, important for you to succeed, hope for the people that are around you, that love you, that know you, or that you might be friends with on social media or whatever. Like, you got to get them to spread the word for you, man. They got to be your team. That's your book team, man, or whatever kind of team you're trying to do. That's your team. You got to put your stuff out there. So, and you just can't be afraid. You just got to let it fall where they may. Let it fall where it may. And that's what got me the hurdle. Oh, you know, the hurdle of everything. Nothing lasts, man. Nothing lasts. So what the fuck am I afraid of? Why are you afraid of anything? It all goes away. It all goes away. So you have to make today worth something and not worry about it. Pretty sure they go lay their head on the pillow tonight. They ain't worried about you. We get caught up in this ego. I realized that the other day. You know, smoke weed every once in a great while, mainly just out in nature to get that extra enhanced level in nature to make everything a little brighter. I figured out I really don't need it though, but it's, you know, it's fun in moderation. We talked about that last time, in moderation. Every once in a great while in moderation. Figured that out the other day. I get high and I go bowling, and I'm like, in the bowling alley, I'm like feeling a little bit anxious and feeling a little bit paranoid, like everybody's looking at me and whatever. And in that moment, I realized, ain't nobody looking at you, dummy. Like, are you that important that people are looking at you and worried about what you're doing? I think it's an ego thing whenever we worry about that stuff. Like, we're worrying about what other people think about us. They're not. I mean, they might be. Sure, so that happens sometimes, but chances are they're too caught up in whatever the hell they're doing. And I realized that in that moment. They're like, I'm like, what are we doing here? Why do I have this anxiety? Worry about everybody staring at me. Now, granted, back, you know, did it every now and then back in the day, whenever I was more, I'm trying to be more in the limelight now, but then we're open, these things are more open, you know, now, so whatever, I'm putting it out there, I don't give a shit. But back in the day, it's like, yeah, I was in the spotlight and the public eye a little bit more, so if I did it back in the day, which I did it a little more, definitely a lot more than I do now, I did it back in the day, it just, yeah, so I can see why that would correlate over. Hold on one second, guys, I gotta order something. Anyways, guys, sorry, getting distracted. I'm in the drive-thru. But yeah, back in the day, in the public eye a little bit more. And I would do those things and go out in public. And I could see why I'd be worried about it a little bit more, because somebody might recognize you. But I ain't fucking famous. Even if I did get famous, I'm going to get over that hurdle and I'm not going to give a shit. Whatever, dude. Whatever. There's an expiration date on all this stuff. And if we're not living it up and loving and inspiring and uniting, however it is that may be, and being creative and silly and crazy, like, you know, whatever, dude. I'm walking around the house all the time, making up funny, silly voices. You know, maybe that's how you do things. Maybe that, you know, I'm an actor, so I'm working on different characters and stuff like that. Just how it's done. People might look in the window and think, that guy's fucking nuts. Yeah, maybe a little bit. But it's fun, man. It's fun, and I'm going to be creative, and I'm going to make something out of myself. Do not waste the time that you have here. It is not guaranteed. I'm me, you're you. We are each other, though. Love, inspire, unite. Did I do that right? God bless.